So we're going to do science in a second, but the history comp check on page 302, you should have already done it, but if you haven't, here we go. Number 1, what code uses dots and dashes to send a message? Zuri, Toxatrix, Spy Ninja Master.
Morse code, and also I already did this.
Fantastic. Morse code, created by Samuel Morse. He's the guy who kind of inspired Thomas Edison to get in the business. What was the name of the 2-story laboratory Thomas Edison built? Malachi.
It was called Menlo Park.
Very good, Menlo Park. Number 3, name the invention Thomas Edison made to record a voice. Caleb.
Phonograph.
Phonograph. Anytime you hear the word phone, P-H-O-N-O, that means sound. What invention is Thomas Edison best known for, even though he did not invent it? He just improved it. I know Zuri, Caleb, and Malachi know. Does anybody else know? All right, fair enough. Zuri, will you tell me what it is?
Light bulb.
The light bulb. The light bulb is number 4. Number 5, name one way Thomas Edison improved light bulbs. Malachi?
He tried 10,000 ways to make it.
He did do that, but that was for the battery.
No, wait. He copied someone who tried to make the light bulb.
But how did he improve them? I'm just going to tell you because we got to hurry. He made them stronger so they would last longer, and he also kept them from catching fire. So he made them last longer, or he kept them from catching fire. Number 6, what invention brought Thomas Edison the most success, even though he had to experiment 10,000 times before he got it right? Emiko, do you know?
Mm-hmm.
What is it?
He invented the phonograph.
He did invent that, but that's not what he made the most money with. It starts with a B, rhymes with mattery. Caleb.
Battery.
Battery. Last 7, what type of license does not allow others to copy your inventions? Caleb finishes off since you're already unmuted.
Patent.
A patent, that's true. A patent. If you've ever seen like it's kind of like a copyright, but let's say you invented a new type of computer. You don't want people just stealing your invention and getting all the money, so you get a patent, and that says nobody can copy what you invented. All right, so we have today in science. Where's my phone? The last thing that you do for me in science is a test on Monday, I believe. Let me double check. You have a science test Monday, and that's the last thing that you're going to do for me. Since we did most of the reading, and Malachi, is this an important question? What's up?
Which test is it? Because I haven't done the consumer test yet.
Yeah, it is test. That is an important question. Good job. It is test 5. Now, you may not have test 5. If you do not have test 5, I can't remember if I put it in with the books that went home. If you do not have test 5, I will email them to you. I'll email them to you. I'll post it on Dropbox. But it's going to be test 5. It's going to be on chapter 8. So everything about habitats that we have learned about. Yes, Emiko?
What page do we read on science?
We're not gonna read Unscience just yet. We're gonna go over some of the test questions. But I'm glad you're
Okay.
getting ready to go. So test 5 is going to be on Monday. So you can take it before then. But please don't forget to take it on Monday because that's going to be kind of the last thing that we're going to do. All right. So these are the questions from the test. We want to try and focus because here are the answers. Number 1, what do we call a group of grazing land animals that stay together for protection? Tosh.
Herd.
A herd. Very good. Nice work. Number 2, animals of a food chain that find and eat food for energy are called what? Caleb?
Predators.
Some of them are, but there's a different word we use. Emiko? I can't hear you.
Consumers.
Very good. Consumers, right? So all animals are consumers. Cows consume grass, lions consume animals, but they consume things. A dry land area having very little plant growth. What's that called? Zuri?
Desert.
A desert. That is true. A desert. The natural home of a plant or animal is called a what? Blake, are you raising your hand? I can't tell. Do you know what it is, Blake? No, he doesn't know what it is. Try. You know the answers, Blake. You're good at science. Try and participate a little bit more. Zuri, what is it?
It is Graceland.
Good guess, but no. The natural home of a plant or an animal is what, Malachi?
How about tats?
The habitat. The habitat. In a food chain, whatever is not eaten is broken down by blanks. What are the organisms in a food chain that break things down? Zuri?
Sunlight.
Good guess, but no. It's at the end of the food chain. Caleb?
Composers.
Decomposers. Decomposers. If you ever saw the Lion King movie, The Circle of Life, right? The sunlight hits the grass grows, is eaten by the wildebeest are eaten by the lions die and are decomposed and they're absorbed by the grass is eaten by that's how the food chain works. A thick layer of fat used by some animals for warmth is called what? Malachi.
The blubber.
The blubber for the Arctic animals. True or false? The forest floor is found at the bottom of a rainforest. Taj is thinking about it. He's got his head on the pencil. I know he's thinking. Emiko?
True.
It is true. It's true. In a rainforest, the extremely tall trees grow in the emergent layer. The emergent layer. Is that true or false, Malachi?
False.
That's true. That's true. It's all right. I appreciate you participating, Malachi. It's better than people who are just sitting, chilling, doing nothing. The direction that water flows is called the surface film. True or false? Emiko.
False.
False. That would be called the current. Tiny microscopic water animals called zooplankton depend on algae for food. True or false? Zuri.
True.
True. Stream plants make the water muddier. True or false? Malachi?
False.
That is false. They help make it less muddy. Moving right along. The moisture that condenses on plants as they cool in the night is called what? Emiko's on fire. Hit it, Emiko.
It's called the tundra.
Nope. The Water moisture that condenses on plants as they cool in the night. Caleb?
Dew.
Dew. Right? You ever had Mountain Dew? Even though that stuff is disgusting, it's like supposed to be like, you know, green, right? The mountains fresh. There's nothing fresh about Mountain Dew. Drink Mountain Dew Code Red, your stomach will blow out the back. Just kidding, that was a joke. All right, small mammals such as rats are called what? What kind of animals are rats? Zuri, Taxitrix by Ninja Master?
Rodents.
They are rodents. Rodents, incisors, their front teeth never stop growing, ever. And they have to constantly gnaw on things to whittle them down, whether it's beavers or mice or anything. But that's why they're super strong, and they can chew through things. Mice, rats, they can chew through walls and things like that. In fact, beavers have iron in their front teeth. So they can literally chew through a tree, but their teeth look like yellow or discolored, and it's not because they didn't brush their teeth, it's because they have iron in it. The transfer of energy from one living thing to another for survival is called the blank blank. Taj knows what I'm talking about. We can see you, Taj. Malika?
I know what you're talking about.
What is it?
Food chain.
That's true, the food chain. You do know what I'm talking about. A group of wolves or wild dogs. What do we call a group of wolves or wild dogs? Let's see. Blake? Blake, do you know? Huh?
A pack.
That is true. Nice work, dude. Pack. A pack of wolves. I knew you were good at science. What do we call the process of shedding fur, hair, or skin? Emiko?
Shed.
That's a good guess for dogs shedding their hair, but for fur, skin, or anything else, Caleb?
Molt.
Molting. Birds molt. Anything that sheds something in the winter. What do we call an animal that is active only at night? Malachi?
Nocturnal. Baby.
Nocturnal. The plants of a habitat are called its what? This one's a little bit tough. It starts with a V. The plants of a certain habitat are called the what? Caleb.
Vegetation.
Vegetation. That's where we get the word vegetable. Vegetable. The movement from one place to another with the changing of seasons. Taj knows it. What is it, Taj?
Oh, I forgot it. I had a break.
It's so close. That's all right. The movement of animals from one place to another during certain times of the season is called what? Malachi?
It is called migration.
Migration. Yeah. Yes, Kasha?
Going over the test.
Yeah. But we're almost done.
My test.
Anyways, all right. The treeless land of the Arctic where the subsoil is permanently frozen. What do we call that? Emiko. What is it?
Tundra.
The tundra. She got it. Nice work. All consumers of the sea depend on blank for food and oxygen. Caleb. All life in the sea depend on these things for food and oxygen. There's a challenge word. Starts with the A.
Algae.
Algae. A deep winter sleep to store energy is called a what? What? I'm sorry, dude. I can't stop. We're going over the test, but we've been doing this. I don't know where you've been. What do we call a deep winter sleep? Zuri,
Hibernation.
hibernation. Last question. A coral reef is what type of habitat? Malachi?
It is a saltwater habitat.
It is a top of page 248. We're going to start with Kasha. We'll go Kasha, Zuri, Caleb, Blake, Taj, Emiko, Ben, Malachi. That's how my screen looks. Yes, Zuri.
I read all the pages and did the concept, by the way.
Fantastic. All right, you ready, Kasha? Hit it.
Some stream animals.
No, 248.
Oh. The river otter is a mammal. Otters are excellent swimmers. God gave them webbed feet so that they can move quickly into their habitat. What other animals can swim with webbed feet? Just like a duck, a river otter is designed for life in the water.
Nice work. Zuri, will you read the next two paragraphs?
Bulls, beavers, and muskrats are also mammals. Beavers build dams in streams and rivers. You can find many reptiles at the stream. Turtles swim in the water and sun themselves on the rocks or fallen logs. Many
Oh, that's perfect. That's good, good, good. Caleb, next paragraph, please.
Many birds depend on streams and rivers for food and water. Water birds also depend on swans, herons, cranes, ospreys, and wood ducks are all birds that raise their young near the water.
Okay, Taj is gone. Blake, will you read the next paragraph, please?
wolves, beavers,
Nope.
and muskrats.
Frogs, toads, and salamanders.
Frogs, toads, and salamanders are amphibians that live near streams. They need fresh water sources to have babies and to keep their skin moist.
Nice work. Remember, amphibians are very dependent on fresh water because the first half of their lives they live in the water, right? So they need it. Also, some amphibians, like we learned, breathe through their skin. So it would be very difficult for them to live away from fresh water, although some can. All right, next paragraph, Taj. T-Pain. Taj Ford.
Some streams animals live.
Snails, crayfish, mayflies, and stoneflies. Page 248.
Snails, crayfish, mayflies, and stoneflies are invertebrates of the stream. What kind of invertebrate are mayflies and stoneflies? They are insects that make their home near water.
Perfect. Emiko, will you read the next two paragraphs, please?
The stream is home to a
variety
a variety of fish such as salmon, trout, bass, trungun,
Sturgeon.
catfish, sturgeon, catfish, and sunfish. The rich, muddy soil of the riverbank makes an ideal place for producers to grow. Stream plants help filter the water and make it clean.
Nice work. Malachi, will you read the next two paragraphs, please?
Rocks of the stream are often covered with different kinds of moss and algae. Mosses grow well in the moist habitat. Many stream plants float on water. Lily pads can be often found on the stream. Frogs and other small creatures rest on these plants.
Perfect. Ben, will you finish the page, please?
God's plan for space at the stream. Some stream animals live on the area their whole lives while other animals travel with the stream. Rocks and fallen branches are excellent shelter for small vertebrates without grills and need to place to rest out of the water. Salamanders hide under rocks and look for snails or crayfish to eat. Some animals depend on the stream's current to help them travel during migration time. Water snakes often use the stream's current to help them travel downstream. The salmon actually swims upstream against the current to lay eggs.
Nice work. Page 250. Some of you may have already done this, but we're going to do it together regardless. Page 250, the comp check. Number 1. A stream is a small traveling body of blank. Emiko?
Fresh water, and I'm done.
Awesome. Fresh water. Number 2, when a stream flows with the powerful force of rushing water, its blank is strong. Malachi?
Its current is strong.
Its current is strong. Very good. Some insects live on top of the water or blank film. Zuri?
Surface film. Can I go to Miss Moore's?
Nope. Surface film. 4, stream plants blank the water, making it clean. Caleb?
Filter.
Filter it. Number 5, rocks and fallen branches provide blank for some stream animals. T-Pain.
Shelter.
Yep, because remember, the 4 things that every animal needs in a habitat are food, water, space, and shelter. So remember, test on Monday, test 5. Everything else this Friday. All right, everybody's leaving. I guess you guys can go.